Good evening and welcome to Wholesome Roots. Sorry about the delay there. I had a fussy boy. I had to get him settled. Good evening and welcome to Wholesome Roots. All right. Sorry about the delay there. I had a fussy boy. I had to get him settled. Why is the video not showing? That's weird. Well, I hope it's live on your end. Oh, there we go. I see someone. I'm like, I hope it's live. I didn't see anybody in the chat room. I was checking in the chat room before I pressed the start streaming button on the OBS. There we go. There's people here now. So were you guys here right at 8 o'clock and not see my chat conversation with myself? Or did you just come in now? Just curious to see how this works. Yay, Cat Mom, I'm glad you could make it. You've been trying to catch me in the beginning. Diana at Justice Acres is here. J&A Golden Pyrenees. Wendy Benjamin from Nova Scotia. Hello, everyone. Hope you all are doing well today. You see why I usually have my hair in a ponytail. Because I don't know what to do with it. Okay, you got the notification at 8:03. Interesting, because I actually had it set to go live at 8 on the dot as far as YouTube knows. That's when it was going to be live. And I got a notification at 8 saying Wholesome Roots is live now, but it said waiting on Wholesome Roots. But I didn't hit start streaming on my OBS, which is what officially turns on the camera and mic and everything, until 8:03. So that's interesting that you didn't get the notification until then. Thank you, Shannon Todd. Hi there, I finally got to meet you live, but can't stay long. It's Easter Saturday and doing loads of preps. Oh, are you down at the coffee shop getting the Wi-Fi, Edel? I hope I said your name correctly. Debbie Hanna from Northeast Texas. Yes, I was here. I received 10 minutes prior notification. Oh, interesting. Hi, Rose. We just got here. Hope you are well. From Cabin Life. Jay Sullivan from Minnesota. Here shows the weather there. We are getting 6 to 10 inches of snow. Woo! It is warm here. It was in the 60s, 70s today, maybe, Ryan? Tara Santiago, you made it in time. Yay! Mike Carey, hello. Tammy Palmer, you just got it 2 minutes ago. Okay, interesting. I guess people are getting it at different times, depending. YouTube's weird. The whole notification system is weird. If you want notifications for my channel, make sure that you go to my channel wall and click the bell for notifications, and that should help. It doesn't always, though. Valerie D, hello, how are you? Okay, Edel, I'm so glad that you could join us. Where do you view us from? Hello, Toasted Rabbit. I am excited about your collaboration for baby animals. I'm going to have to try to put together some video for that. Gerald Cummings message retracted. Kaisenji, we picked up our goats today, and we still have 3 hours before we're home, but they're happening and munching a little hay. Hope you guys are having a good day. Ooh, that's a long ride for your goats. I hope you have plenty of probiotics, maybe even some vitamin B complex, and herbs for them when they get there, because that's going to be hard on them stress-wise. But it's exciting and good. I wish my hair was that long, but the goats like to eat it. Isn't that the truth? I keep mine in a ponytail all the time. Sylviana Farmer Chick. I'm not familiar with you. Yeehaw, swing your grandma and come up to Canada to ride tractors. That sounds like fun. Shannon Todd said it got to 87 in California today. Love that spring weather. That is pretty warm. My name is pronounced Adele, but with an E. Adele. Like Adele? I like that. That's pretty. Thank you, Debbie Hanna. Kristen Rad, hello, welcome. I'm in Healesville in Victoria, Australia. I thought it was Australia. I just wasn't 100% sure, so I didn't want to say it. Terrell Cummings from Alabama. Almost a neighbor. Hello, Jan Henderson. How are you? The Toasted Rabbit. Anyone in this live stream can be part of the Spring Baby 2018 collaboration. She's excited to see the wee ones. So the Toasted Rabbit sent out an email today to a lot of channels. If anybody's interested, I can forward it on to them, or she can forward it on to you. It's just going to be a great video of all the babies for spring. So whatever kind of babies you got, you can make a video of that. Snow is almost gone, and we're looking forward to getting into the fields. Isn't that the truth? I'm getting ready to go in the fields, and my snow's been gone for a while. Woman and Woman Homestead, Leah Smith. Good evening, everyone. Cute hair. Thank you. I'm a Canadian dairy farmer. Oh, great. What kind of cows or sheep or goats do you have for your dairy? Sylvian? Always trying to guess on these pronunciations. I'm not the brightest. Hello, Rose from Teresa Kumar. Hello from Sweet Iris Farm. Hello. Welcome back. Welcome, Daryl from Two Family Homestead. Good to see you. I need to get my Skype set up with you, don't I, for our for when we go live with you guys. What's that? April 9th? I don't know if I've even told you. We're going to be on Two Family Homestead. Maybe Ryan will be there. Maybe not. Ryan's work schedule. Sometimes he gets off early and sometimes he doesn't. Shout out from Ypsilanti, Michigan. We just bought our first 4 chickens today. How exciting, Jen Henderson. What kind did you get? Sweet Irish Farm is from West Virginia. I drove through West Virginia and stayed for a weekend, and it was beautiful. Tammy, 1960, this is the first time I have ever seen your hair down. Yeah, I don't wear it down on the farm, really, so the live shows is about the only time you do get to see it that way. Josh and Mandy, hey, everyone. Holstein cows, good. Sylvie Ann. Okay. I'll try to keep it right this time. Holstein cows are wonderful. I grew up with Holstein cows. I grew up in a southeastern coastal Massachusetts town that was dairy farms and lobstermen. So it was a very interesting town to grow up in. I'm actually editing some video footage from our visit now. And hopefully I'll have a video up soon of just us and what we did for the day, visiting in this little town of Westport, Massachusetts. Hey, Rose, sorry I'm late, says Kaylin. Ivan, you're not late. Tara. The eggs dried really nice. The cabbage was the best. The vibrancy of the color stayed the strongest. Onions, too. They were very vibrant still. Would you know, though, that the beets, the ones that were the prettiest when we pulled them out, were the ones that went the ugliest and almost no color left to them now, just from leaving them out. Yes, Toasted Rabbit, we do rent our property. And I'm sure that she would put restrictions on us if I tried to raise something she didn't want us to have. She actually got pretty upset when we had the pig.
Yeah, I heard we can't.
She would have said no to a pig if we had asked, but we didn't ask. So we kind of got in trouble, and it was very tense for a while. Talking about, I didn't let anybody talk about the pig around her. I was like, don't talk about the pig. What were you going to say?
I was going to say, I heard we can't have emus or peacocks.
I was talking about getting emus and peacocks right in front of her last week at dinner, and she didn't say anything.
I'm joking. That's a joke.
So that was her opportunity.
If anybody can.
She had a strange look on her face.
I'm a joker. Hi, Tara. Hi, Mike. Hi, Diana.
Social Circle. That's not too far. What is that, like an hour and a half away, maybe? Joel Salatin is your guest next Monday, April 2nd. That is so exciting, Two Family. I will definitely be there if I can, hopefully. I have a hard time getting to that time of day, that time of night. It's kind of hard, but I will definitely try a little harder this time. Have you caught any more varmints in your live traps?
Not as of yet. Have not caught anything else, which
Well,
is a good and a bad thing. I mean, it's good because they're not. It doesn't seem like there's any more activity. That could be because the dog's out there
and the electric.
and the electric fence. So, as much as I would like to catch it, I'm in the same breath glad that nothing has came around.
You planted strawberries, tomatoes, and beans. Oh, that sounds awesome. Sue Atkinson from the UK. Very good. Glad you could join us. Willow Creek Homestead's in the house cooking dinner, so she's going to be hopping in and out.
Hi, Willow Creek.
You've been asked to get rid of your rabbits because of your landlord, or was it because they didn't like the idea, that they didn't like the smell? What, I mean, did they give you reasons? For our landlord, she didn't like that they were so destructive because the pigs dig holes and because they smell. So I think those were her biggest issues with the pig. But rabbits aren't very messy or smelly, so that's interesting. They're actually considered one of the easiest to keep animals. I know, Tara. I thought that the beets were going to be the strongest too. Isn't that the strangest thing? Hey, Deb, how are you? What are you eating tonight? I always like to know because you eat so well. Anything spicy? Saanen goats are very high yielding in their volume of milk. So that's my opinion on them as far as I've never kept them, so I can't have much more of an opinion. But my friend Joe Lashley over in LaGrange has Saanen goats, and he has a herd of Saanen goats because they yield the highest amount of milk. Now, that's not saying that you can't get a high amount in other breeds. Like Sister Ray gave me almost a gallon this morning. I kid you not. It was the first time that I milked her all the way till dry, because I've been letting the baby take the ending, you know. I would just milk her out to comfort. And oh my goodness, it was insane how much milk she gave me. I was so impressed. I could probably get well over a gallon from her per day, especially if I milk twice a day. Isn't that nuts? Oh, I want a cow. I want a cow so bad. I'm afraid to ask the landlord for any more animals because I don't want her to get to the point where she doesn't enjoy what we're doing. I want her to thoroughly enjoy what we're doing, so she wants to keep us here forever. And then sell it to us, of course, you know, someday, maybe. That might not ever happen, but I can have dreams and wishes. Jan Henderson, I don't know if you already answered. What kind of chickens did you get? I may have missed it. Somebody said Saanens are great. I just scanned right past it. Excuse me. Sweet Iris Farm said Saanens are great for whoever was asking. Your Saanen Nubian gives about a gallon. Yeah, well, that's good. I've heard that Saanens give more than a gallon, so that's why I was saying they're higher yield. But they don't have the high cream content that a Nubian has. That's the one downside. We just got Saanen Alpine La Mancha mixed dolings from a goat dairy. So excited to see what they will produce. That's... what do they look like? Do they have ears? La Manchas don't have ears. Both Saanen and Alpine's ears point up. Are they white? Do they have some of the Alpine-like coloring, or are they coloring just any old way? I can't seem to find Nubians here, but a lot of Saanen. Where are you again, Mike? Hey, Rocky Brook Farmstead, how are you doing?
I can't get over the no ear thing on La Manchas.
I love it. I think it's adorable. I would love a La Mancha. Ryan has said no every time I've said, let's get a La Mancha.
They look creepy to me.
The rabbit manure that I collect to sell became too much, but we can keep our chickens. Chickens are smellier.
Yeah.
Ugh, that is so disappointing. I'm so sorry about that. But at least she's letting you do chickens. That's good.
Ooh, mole. I love that.
Goat butter is delicious, Sweet Iris Farm. Ugh, I should have done that the last batch of cheese I made. What I do is I put the jar at the back top shelf of the fridge, and it gets so cold that the cream separates out nice and thick, and I can just spoon it right off. I have been known to spoon it off and eat it, or put it in my coffee. But I have also made it into butter. Fast and easy. Canned spaghetti sauce and frozen meatballs and ziti pasta. That's good too. I was actually thinking about making that tonight, but then Ryan got pizza. Friday night pizza is kind of a tradition in his family, so we make it a routine sometimes. They are white, so they got the sun and white coloring. That's interesting. Hi from the Netherlands, Fenny J. Happy Easter to you too. I like the La Manchas no ears. They're cute. They're like little. Rowan, don't. You're bothering your brother. Please sit down. Please.
I don't know.
He's already cranky.
The La Manchas, they seem like they're missing something. I don't know what it is. Maybe it's ears. Yeah, they're missing their ears. They're not complete.
You're such a turd. Have you made aged cheese from your goat's milk? No, I should. I got a press from my friend. He wasn't using it, so he let us borrow it, but borrow it is what I asked if I could borrow it, and he's like, I'm never gonna use it. So I would like to. One of my problems is I don't have a cheese cave, and we tried aging. Which one was that we got from Minifold in the fridge? But I think it stayed too moist, and it had like mold on the outside, which you could probably cut off. But and I had a wine fridge that I was gonna use for a cheese cave, but it stopped working. Like it wouldn't cool things down. It just stayed at a consistent temperature of like 60 degrees, which is not cold enough. Slurp the cream with a straw. That sounds delicious. Nubian ears are the best. I love the floppy Nubian ears. I don't think you can get anything better than that. Does anyone know how to reintroduce a mummy hen back into the flock after she's raised chicks? Excuse me. My Orpington got picked on today and her comb was bleeding. She seemed to hold her own, but I'm worried. I would do it by, first of all, introducing either at night or in a pen that uses the same fence, so they start looking at each other first. I don't know. Just go slow and careful, I guess, and keep a close eye on things. If she gets too bullied, you might pull her out, but pull out one of your less dominant hens with her and let them bond separately, and then reintroduce them together.
Michael's asked if I was out delivering Easter lilies this week. He worked 11 years in a commercial greenhouse. Or Michelle, sorry. No, actually, we don't have Easter lilies. I'm surprised. They used to, but
Happy Easter, Adele.
It's been mostly hydrangeas, calla lilies, maiden's hair, begonias, things like that. Spider plants.
Why do you keep pushing my leg away, making me hurt?
Sorry.
So I gotta support all.
They don't do Easter lilies. I don't know why. They used to.
Spider. Spider up there. It's not scary.
It's not a scary spider.
It's just a daddy long leg.
Things are starting to grow here. My pot of garlic is sprouted and tips are 6 inches tall.
Oh, how exciting. Our garlic is getting tall too. When do garlic scapes come out of hardneck garlic? Does anybody know the answer to that? Because I've been looking because I thought it would be around the same time as the asparagus and stuff, but I haven't seen any. And I'm pretty sure I got some hardneck garlic in there.
Looks like there's going to be a lot.
Don't you? A lot what?
Looks like we're going to have a lot of garlic.
Yeah. Oh, Willow Creek, I know you miss your milk. It'll be soon. I'm excited. I just realized today that I hadn't been watching very many YouTube channels, and I just saw today a video where Art and Bree's Flopsy is actually about to kid. And I was like, wait, you told me she wasn't pregnant. I was like, that was funny because the pee test that they did, I was like, no, you can't pee test a goat. Sure you can. No. But sure enough, she is bred and the other ones aren't, which is the opposite of what the pee test said. Or at least I think the others are not. She seems to think that they might be gonna have babies in April, but I don't think so. By looking at them, they do not look like they're gonna have babies in April. Scapes should happen in late summer. No, late summer is when they come up. Like, you pull the whole plant up. Scapes are the curls of the bloom at the beginning of the season that I was talking about. Or am I completely wrong? I'm not planting for another 2 months in Minnesota. Here, the ground still froze. It's 28 degrees outside now, says Jay Sullivan. That is cold. Here, we don't get the scapes until June. Oh. Yeah, you're supposed to cut them right off, Tara. I want to cut them off and put them in stir fryer and salads and stuff. Wow, June? I wonder if it's... I'm so not... I need to do some more research. This is the very first time growing garlic, so I just never had a chance to before. Right, Trisha? I'm glad I didn't do the pee test then. We bought a Barred Rock, Comet, Buff Orpington, and Easter Egger. Oh, that's a great combination. Those are all really good chickens to have. Following Art and Bree advice on the pee test. What do you mean?
What are you doing, Leah?
Their advice on the pee test. I thought it didn't work, so you might not want to follow that. Hi, y'all. Miss being here. The white picket fence. Hello.
No.
Yeah.
Ouch. Let go. Let go. Let go. Not
I'd
funny.
sell my soul to see some green right now. I'm still just mud, and more mud, and it's supposed to snow tomorrow. Oh, that's hard. Garlic is one of my favorite things to grow. Sweet Iris Farm. So, where do you live, Sweet Iris? I wonder if if the scape happens earlier, because I'm in Georgia, and that's what I'm thinking of. Because I've seen other farmers selling it at the market, and it seemed like it was in the spring. Oh, you got a negative on yours too. Now she's got an udder. Yeah. Yeah, it's I've never thought that the pee test would be a working thing, because I've always been told no, the only way to test a goat is through a blood test. But hey, whatever. Now we know for sure though, right? Yes. You can tell Liam didn't get a nap. We are transitioning with Liam to this stage where if he doesn't take a nap, he gets really tired earlier in the evening and starts getting fussy or clingy or playful, or he just falls asleep way too early. So we're struggling with that. I tried to get him to take a nap today. I kept saying, "You want to lay down? You want to lay down?" And he was like, "No, no, no, no." Oh, I'm sorry, Kaylin, that you got peed on for nothing. That's very loud, Liam. How many people are in the room? I can't see those numbers right now. The chat's a lot slower than usual. I don't know. 35 watching. Okay. So there's a lot of you in here. I guess I'm not being that entertaining because I got a baby in my lap. So, we got a package. Can I put you down? We got a package from one of our friends on YouTube. OK Skills said, "Oh, would you like some seeds?" And I was like, "Heck yeah, I like some seeds. What do you got?" "Oh, we got a list this long." And I was like, "Sure, yeah, I'll take some." You know, thinking I would get little tiny packs of seeds. Look at all of this. I don't know if you can tell. There are thousands of seeds in here. Look at this. We'll be planting for years. Well, probably not years, but we'll definitely be filling up some areas. So Ryan's going to have to get that tractor to till me up some spots and get to planting. I'm thinking about letting all of the homeschool kids do it. Like all my friends that have homeschool kids, just inviting them out for a day on the farm of planting seeds, and that would be fun. I mean, they're not going to do it perfect, but it'll still come up, most of them maybe. Right?
Yeah.
It'd be fun if we had the bed space ready.
Liam's good at planting stuff.
Oh, he's very good at it, but I don't know that kids that didn't grow up doing it would know as well as he does. He's incredibly good at it. It's scary. I don't know if you guys saw that video just recently when we were planting the kale and cabbage. Your legs are in my way. I don't like your new chair arrangement.
It's supposed to we both have room over here.
Yeah, but I can't even cross my legs or get comfortable. I had the comfy seat before, and now I don't. Rocky Brook, your garlic should be up already, I would think. Mine came up in the fall before it got cold, and then stayed up. The vet joked that the only reliable pregnancy test is just the weight. Exactly. You'll know soon enough, right? Yeah, I think a lot of us do have children, and those that don't maybe have grandchildren or nieces and nephews. So I guess we're all pretty used to kids playing. It is a lot of seeds, isn't it?
Cherokee canned pumpkin seeds.
Oh, I want those. Did you get them from Deep South Homestead? I was seriously considering ordering some of those. I just have so many seeds already. I'm like, ah. Oh, thank you, Jill. I'm like, wait, let me see what I look like.
What about my eyes? Not working.
It was store garlic that sprouted, so they might do nothing. Yeah, oftentimes the store garlic is sprayed with anti-sprouting. That's not the right word, but something that prevents it from sprouting. So it might have sprouted a little, but it might not sprout all the way and do its roots like it should. Deb Kettleston's garlic is still hiding outside, but the potted ones inside are doing well. So that's interesting. So maybe just have a little bit more patience and they'll come up, Kenny. You look awesome with the new do, Ryan.
Do I?
Jill said you look nice.
Thank you, Jill. You're so kind.
Willow Creek, thank you for keeping the conversation alive. How many goats do you have in milk right now? How is everyone doing? Any new signs of illness?
Is that a
This
secret signal?
this right here is a new sign of illness. You see that? Can you see it when I push? You see that? You can see it, right? Surely you can see that. You see that?
I see it.
I see it, but do they see it on the camera?
They can see it.
It's pretty obvious. That obvious, huh? That is my handy little trophy for how much milking I've been doing. I have a bone spur that came up right there, and it hurts. We have 4 in milk right now. 3 are about to kid. Well, 2, possibly 3 are about to kid. I'm not definite on Fancy Girl's due date because she was just put in with Fluff and Udder 5 months ago, so she could be ready, but her udder hasn't started to develop, so she might not be. But Shady Girl and Rocky are both due next week, and they are very ready. Rocky's been showing signs that she's about to go. Like, her hoo-hoo is big, and her vulva is big. Swollen. And it's like even like open a little bit, like when she's not peeing.
Hey, this is a family show.
This is science. Love your eyes, Ryan.
Thanks.
No illnesses, thank goodness. Knock on wood. Everybody seems to be doing well. I'm excited about seeing the new babies. Oh, good. You got some goat supplies. Good for you, Trisha. I'm glad to hear that. Do you seed your pasture for your goats or just let it grow natural? I have a ton of different ideas and theories and plans on seeding the pasture for the goats, but it would be a lot of money to do all that. I want to do some sun hemp and some, there's another big, tall forage type thing. So, because goats are supposed to eat things up high, not below their knee. So there's a lot of plants that you can overseed a pasture that are really, really good for goats that you can do that with, but you have to buy like 10 50-pound bags of it, you know, and the 50-pound bag is $100 because it's fancy stuff. Well, the stuff I want anyway.
You threw out some red clover one time.
Yeah, I put out some red clover and some rye, but it didn't take very well. The red clover did a little bit. I should do more of that, but it was like I had like a 5-pound bag of it, you know, so it was like one tiny little square of red clover in the whole pasture. It's a big pasture. I think on that app that we had, wasn't it like 3 acres?
Yeah.
So that's a lot. That's a lot to do. You had a kid playing low. I don't even notice the kids most of the time. Your vet runs an ultrasound on your goats. You are very lucky. I actually was talking to a goat friend of mine about the possibility of going in together and buying an ultrasound machine. Because we don't have vets that do that, and they charge almost as much as an ultrasound machine would cost. So that's something to consider. We don't have goat vets in our area.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, wait. Whoa. Oh, I missed a whole bunch of conversation about my bump in my hand.
Yeah, well, you didn't make it back down to that. You were...
Okay. See it. Ouch. Dang. Great idea, and have one they can plant to take home also. Yes! I have kids coming and still can't wait for Willow Creek babies. Right? Hoo-hoo.
There was a question for me up there.
Are you in any goat associations? The American Dairy Goat Association is the only one that I'm in right now. There's a Georgia Dairy Goat Association as well that I'm actually gonna probably be joining as soon as I send in all my paperwork for everything else that I've got to join this year, and all my licenses and just paperwork stuff I'm not very good with. I'm not at all. That's how I ended up with one of my Dolings. Eli had one last round in the barrel after I castrated him, and 5 months later, old Nizzy started looking rounder than usual. you need a pump. I have one of those little manual pumps, but that actually is hard to get it up to the pump stage. It's like you do a lot of pumping first,
And then you have to keep
and
it
then
there.
you sit and wait
You have to
while
keep
it's
it there
milking.
too.
So
Sometimes
then you have to give a couple of pumps.
Yeah, it depends on the goat.
Do any of them look like they might have twins? I was just talking to Ryan about that. I don't think so. I'm hoping Shady Girl will have two, because she's only had one both of the other times, and I'm really hoping she has two this time. Dinner needs to be served. Willow Creek, go eat. Our kids are growing like weeds. They do grow so fast, don't they? I grabbed those bags of deer plot seeds. Yeah, they sell them at our feed store, but they only sell them in the small 5-pound packages of deer plot seeds, and they are good too, though. They've got a lot of different things in them. I'm so glad me and my mom aren't the only ones who say hoo hoo. It's not the proper terminology. Oh, when they're on sale at Tractor Supply. Oh, that's a good idea. When do they like clearance them? Is it like that you watch out for the clearance time and buy them? Because that's a smart idea. I love clearance items at Tractor Supply. That's how I got my little cold frames that we never even set up. I can take mine to the vet for like $25 each for an ultrasound. Are you serious? I would love that. That's insane. They would charge us $150 to take ours to a vet, because the vets don't do them. They don't do goats. So they charge us too much because there is nobody.
We're caught up on the comments. There was one I saw. It was a question for me, but you scrolled past it, so I didn't know.
Yes, Josh and Mandy, they did go out today. We ran into a bit of a hiccup on that. And, oh, so you're Mandy. You're that Mandy. So, make sure I don't show anybody's address here. So, these were the boxes that I had all ready to go with everybody's address on them, and was just going to throw the cuttings in here one day when Ryan was getting off work early enough that he could go and get them in the mail. And I realized that once I had 10 cuttings in a bunch, they did not fit in this box. And this is what I had quoted everybody. So I had to bite that and put them in the next size up box, which was a lot more expensive to send out. But I did it. I didn't know what I was going to do for a minute there, and I was trying to figure out, oh no, what do I do now? And is there a different solution? Is there a cheaper way to do it? But then it was just like, I just need to get these in the mail now. So I did. Ryan, what was the question you missed?
I don't know. I just saw you scrolled past. It was right before comments about your hand, and I was about to read it, and then you scrolled. So I don't know.
It's okay, Mandy. I'm so sorry it took so long to get them out. I just wanted to get them in the mail, you know, and that's all right. It's all right. I don't. How far up?
There it was.
I don't see anything that looks like a question.
No.
It says you look awesome, Ryan.
No. It said, Ryan, do you plan to do something? There. Are you?
Oh, it's not in all caps. I was looking for all caps.
Okay. Ryan, are you planning to change your chicken tractor design? Not too much of the design itself, but better reinforcements, better doors, and not underestimate the raccoon's ability. Because one of the ones they got through was one of my reinforced ones, but that hole with the welded wire was too big, so never again a hole that big. I'm going to have hardware cloth and more tightly secured and better doors.
But what our new plan is, though, is to just always have a fence around them and always have Khaleesi with them.
Yeah, that too.
So there's no need to really do too much with the chicken tractors, I guess, as a secondary backup. But really, this Khaleesi and fence thing is working so well that I don't...
It gives me an opportunity now. Now we have the first one I ever built is the one that's empty.
Hi, part-time permies.
I can update it so we can use it for meat.
Hi, Anne-Marie.
But
Sorry.
there's more updates. There's another tractor that bugs me. Some things about it that I want to fix up. So I have a opportunity to do that now.
The quail are doing really good. Are they old enough to test the sexes now, Cindy? I'd like to know because they've started. I don't know if you've heard it in some of my videos when I'm in the barn, but they started doing this something like that, right? They started making a sound like that, and I think that's because they're fighting with each other, maybe. So I need to get them into a different enclosure and get them into a bigger setting. But I was thinking if I divided out, if I knew which ones were males, I could just keep 2 males, one as a backup, one as a definite for breeding, and then, you know, eat the rest.
And that sound they make, like the night after the attack, I was in the stall playing with the baby goats. I heard that noise. I didn't know it was the quail. I thought, oh my God, there's a raccoon in the barn. And I went looking around the whole barn with my headlight on, and I had like a little tiny shovel. I was like, what am I going to do with this? And then I finally heard it again and saw it was the quail. I thought it was a raccoon in the barn.
Hello, Backwoods Raised. And AG and Tiernan. How many can your tractors hold?
8. Typically about 8, but we
the bigger ones you can do more.
The bigger ones we can do more, but we tend to make only the smaller size, but the ones that hold 8, those usually we keep about 7 most of the time in there.
6 hens and a rooster is usually what we put per tractor.
But they can hold 8.
And yeah. How do you recommend castrating a goat? I prefer the banding, rubber band. It's just less invasive than anything else, I think. Thank you, Annie. We didn't get to see you in Massachusetts. We didn't get to see anybody. Besides my mom and my sisters and my brother. At about 6 weeks, you can vent sex them. Well, when did they hatched? When did they hatch? They should be about that old by now, yeah?
Yeah, I think so.
I'm going to have to look back on my videos and see how old they are. I've lost track. Good night, Rachel. Have a good one.
Night.
It's not a quail crow. It could be.
It might be.
I kind of thought that maybe it was like, you're in my food bowl, get away type sound. Because it sounds like almost like a, you know. Can you do it? Do the sound.
Like,
that sounded like a crow.
I don't know. I mean, they make the noise. I go over there and I see, they need water, and I give them water.
Oh, Debbie Hannah, you are so lucky that your vet comes to the house for $30 each. Jeez. We have an $80 charge plus a $150 fee if we want to have the vet from Auburn come to our house. The $80 is how far we are distance, and $150 is how much just to come. So if we had a real emergency, like a C-section, I would probably call him. Even though it would cost $1 million. But I am considering learning how to do a C-section just in case. I should watch a few videos because you never know. Grab your phone, pretty lady, and double check for me. Alright. Can you read the comments from Tracy down?
We had a raccoon carry away a big dog kennel away that had a chick in it.
Oh.
That is
scary.
Incredible feat of strength. Did you see it? The raccoon doing it, or I don't know. That's cray. Hi, Missy. Greetings, Papa Truck Peps Daddy.
Hi, Missy.
The reason her nickname is Noodles is because she was dangerously selenium deficient. And couldn't even stand up on her own for the first 3 days because her little legs were like noodles.
Floppy kid syndrome. I missed the beginning of that conversation, J&A Golden Pyrenees. Poor baby. Selenium and E. Gotta give that every month. I know it's okay. I'm hoping to get out to you this summer. That would be awesome, Annie. Come see me. That's about the only way I get to see anybody anymore. Coming home is so very hard.
What's your favorite flower?
Probably milkweed, butterfly weed, the monarch butterflies, host flower, host plant, and it's a nectar source. I'm a big pollinator geek and butterfly geek, but I don't know that I have for cut flowers. Oh, I love orchids too. Orchid flowers are some of my favorites.
I like broccoli.
And all of the calla lilies, those are really pretty. Tropical.
I think dogwood's my
Dogwood
favorite.
is beautiful. Raccoons are strong. My parents had a raccoon that pushed tires off their garbage cans to get into the garbage. I believe it. They are very strong.
They're strong and they're smart.
Well, how long ago did they hatch? Oh, here it is. How to care for day-old quail chicks. 1 month ago. Is that all?
Annie Martin asked, do the Premier One fences hold up well for you guys? Worth the investment? Yes, absolutely.
Hands down. We were actually talking about that the other day. If we could afford to fence in the entire property.
If you go back and look at our videos, there's a video I made about Premier One fencing when we got a new one. I made a video and they weren't paying us to do that, but I speak their praises.
Okra flowers are gorgeous, Kaylin. I agree. I love them. It's been nice and warm here.
The weather's pretty mild right now. Yesterday was almost 80. Today we were in the upper 60s. And they're saying the weekend is supposed to be beautiful. It's going to get down to 40 tonight, but then the rest of the weekend's going to be beautiful, they're saying.
So they're a month old, Cindy. I'm double checking that. What's the date I uploaded this? It doesn't show the date. February 25th. Oh, now I have to let it play. It's an ad.
It's the opposing thumb on those trash bandits. I almost called them trash pandas earlier.
It is. They can get into anything.
Trash bandits. They do look like little bandits though with their mask on. I mean, I've liked raccoons before. I don't like what they've done now, but in the past I've had, eye contact stare down with raccoons, and I thought it was fun. But now they're
hi, Pia Hess. Glad you could join us.
Now they're attacking our animals. So
I like tulips too. They are really pretty. Rose, do you mentor people very often? If so, how does someone go about getting mentored by you? I mentor all of you. I mean, that's what this channel is about in a lot of ways, is helping people and teaching people and mentoring people. I have a lot of people, Kenny's in here tonight, Rocky Brook Farmstead, that will message me on Facebook and with their questions, and I'll help them through any issues that they're having. So that's a good way to do it, through Facebook Messenger, either on the Wholesome Roots page or my personal, or in the group. The group is a great place, the Wholesome Roots Farmstead Friends group. If you haven't joined that, I would definitely suggest joining that if you're on Facebook. Facebook is where I get contacted the most because I get notifications and I look at them. So even if I'm too busy doing something else, I look at my notifications. Even if I'm in the middle of cooking or milking or anything else, homeschooling or whatever, I will still pick up my phone and look at my notifications because I can't resist it. It's an addictive thing. Be nice. Rowan, don't retaliate, please.
Hey.
I'm sure there's going to be some boys, Cindy. Hi, Living with Ken. Glad you could join us. Oh, yeah. Drying up is hard. We've had a lot of rain lately, too. Oh, where'd I go? How do you like the tractor?
I love it. Went out and did some mowing the other night. Cut a bunch of stuff down. Still need to put in some more time. I'm just using my free time, which is very, very little, working 6 days a week. But after work one night, I put in an hour cutting down, mowing some pasture.
Annie, I'm sorry about your kitty and the raccoon. That's not fun. Just budding iron, Willow Creek. The Reinhardt 30 or the Reinhardt 50. And don't get the small Nigerian dwarf size iron. It will not be big enough, and it will cause skurs. I was actually mentoring with somebody through email about a situation they had with the smaller Nigerian size budding tip, and how it would not work right on their goat. And it was a Nigerian or a pygmy. It was a small breed. So don't get the small one. Get the normal size. No matter what size your goats are. God. I'm missing where am I? We have a Mrs. Skunk living in our shed. She's totally blind.
Oh, that sounds adorable.
I think skunks are adorable. Of course, I did rehabilitate a skunk when I was a child and fell in love with it. I tried to go through Facebook, but it didn't go through for some reason. Oh, that's weird.
Yeah.
I will be let's go ahead, honey.
I need to do some different tractor work besides cutting. I want to do some garden stuff, and I found a bottom plow at work that my boss told me I could borrow, so I can use that with a disc harrow and break open some new ground.
We are not going to the conference in Tennessee in May, but we are going, or I am definitely going to the one in October in Virginia. I bought the tickets, so it's official. Ryan wants to try to make it, but after the last time of leaving our farm was so stressful and hard, I don't think that we ever want to do that again. Plus, we would have 2 little kids to worry about, and that's not as easy.
But I do love going to conferences, so one day I'll go to something. Bye, Willow Creek. Bye, Trisha.
Oh, it's... Thank you guys for joining. We appreciate it.
Borrowing some tractor equipment. Yeah, that's...
Warrenton, Virginia, Anne-Marie. Sorry.
Papa Truck said, heck yeah, I'm borrowing some tractor equipment. Yeah, it's not often, you find somebody that's willing to loan you something like that. This is just a rusty old plow sitting there, so that I can use it.
Can I turn you around? It's awkward trying to hug.
I'm hoping to get a disc budding iron later this year, and I was going to get the pygmy tip. You can never know too much.
Why won't you let me hold you like this? Okay, like that. Oh, you're funny, Liam. Yeah, the pygmy tip is not the best. The 1/2 inch is better, I think. Or is that what you said earlier, Kim? I'd have to double check it. I just know that the regular one that comes with the Reinhardt 30, that's That's what I use, and it's the perfect size. Disbudding is scary, Tracy, but it's not hard.
It's not, but
it's just mentally, emotionally, it's hard.
You have to force yourself to stick to that time. The time you got to keep.
Oh, we got to do Truly. Speaking of time, it's time to do her. If you're gonna
go through with it and do it right, so you don't have to do it again. Because sometimes you do. I mean, they want to keep growing, you know.
You can re-disbud if you're able to hold them. As they get older, it becomes more stressful because they're not used to being restrained like they are when they're little and they're used to being held. Our kidding box that we have, once they outgrow that, we don't go back and retouch it. But we have retouched. What we like to do is look at it a week later and see if it needs it. And usually you can tell if it's going to be a scur. We have 2 goats that have scurs. Bo has one and Willow has one. The others have, some of them will have like a little nub of a scur, but I wouldn't even call it a scur. But Bo has like a whole, like the length of my finger, and so does Willow. And that's because the person who disbudded them did it wrong. She did not hold it there long enough. She said, "Oh, it's the Reinhardt 50. I only need to hold it for 5 seconds," which is not true. 10 seconds. It's the rule. 10 seconds, and you have to see the copper ring around the bud of the horn. If you do not see a copper ring, it's not sealed. It's not a good burn, and it won't work. There are 3 sizes. Oh, I didn't know that. I thought the Reinhardt 30 was just. I will check. I will see if it says it on the box.
You're talking about the diameter?
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure it's a 1/2 inch.
Yeah, it's a pretty large ring. Because the deal is it's got to be big enough, not just to go around the horn bud, but that horn bud base is wider than the tip of the horn, and it will grow from the base.
I'd go for the 1/2 inch.
Oh, honey, shh. Oh, that's sad, Kenny. I'm sorry. Yeah, you can definitely burn brain tissue if you hold it on too long.
You got to keep that ice pack ready.
And I do it not in a solid 10 seconds always. Sometimes it's less. And then I'll redo it again. Like, I'll pull it away to make sure it's not too hot, and then I'll go back and make sure that it's got that copper ring. Because I do get scared about the whole burning the brain. I mean, come on. You would not want that to happen. That would be scary and sad. I have family that lives 44 minutes from Warrington. Free lodging for euros. Call me and I'll set it up. Awesome. I'm actually staying with my friend Rachel, who I stayed with last year for the conference. But maybe you could come and in October and we could hook up. That would be awesome. I have not tried. Well, no, I'll take that back. I have tried banding the horn, but it didn't work because I tried it on Willow and it slid off and slid off and slid off. Every time I put it back on, it would just slide off. And I've heard some people say that you have to take a file and make a dent in the horn to get the rubber band to sit, and I'm just too afraid to do that. Yeah, I agree. Living with Kim, that the sedation scares me. Goats should not be sedated. It is. You should only sedate a goat if it's a life and death situation. They do not do well with sedation. I watched that video. The vet did a great job with his disbudding. He actually did it a lot like I do. But the sedation part, ooh, that made me so nervous. I was just terrified during that.
I think it's a scary experience for you and the goat, but to say this, the goat afterwards, they seem to go about their day after that. They don't.
And it hurts. Of course it hurts. It's like comparable to getting a tattoo, probably. Like, yeah, tattoos hurt while you're getting the tattoo. And it burns for a little bit, but it's not that painful later in the day, you're fine.
Yeah,
Or
like,
right after, you're fine.
They're because these are babies, and then later they're hopping around, being all nimbly bimbly. So,
Oh, Deb, I'm sorry, I meant to answer that. And make sure that when you dry out your squash seeds, you dry them out all the way before you put them into a bag. And a paper bag is a good place to store them if there's no moisture around it. But yeah, he did do a really great job on that disc budding. I was nervous about the sedation being used, though, for sure. Never ever put a goat under unless you have to. I've heard horror stories about them and sedation. It is after 9 o'clock. Which one, Albany? To have them put to sleep and to have horns cut off? Or the banding rubber band on the... Yeah, I tried that on my older goats, and they kept rubbing it off of their horns. So I think maybe the creating a notch with a file is the part that I haven't done. So that might be necessary. But as long as the horn's not growing into their heads, or they're not sharp and they're not getting them caught on stuff. Ours are just little, so I haven't had to deal with a full-size horn. Full-size horn removal is very, very dangerous and very scary process. That's why I've chosen not to buy any goats with horns, even though I've seen some beautiful ones. All right. Are you tired?
Wait, is it? It doesn't even feel like it's been that long. I just looked at the time.
I hope you all have a wonderful Easter and a great weekend. Enjoy the time with your family or friends, whoever you get to share it with. And make sure you come back and watch some more Wholesome Roots videos. And we'll see you next Friday.
Oh, now he wants to be sweet.
Bye.
Bye.
You sweet boy. Oh, Rowan, where'd Rowan go?
Rowan. Hold on, Rowan would like to say goodbye, I'm sure. Yeah. You want to say goodbye?
Bye. I'm going to show you something.
Or say goodbye, Rowan.
1 second. Rowan has to show you something.
Encore, encore. Here comes Roro.
You stop it. Give a thumbs up or the raccoon can't say it.
Wait. So what do we?
Thumbs up.
Do we need the thumbs up? Or would we rather the raccoon get a?
Oh, we got rainbowsliver.io.
Oh, is that what you had to show everyone?
Yeah, everybody. Give a thumbs up. If you're here and you give a thumbs up, there should be 34 thumbs up. I see 34 people watching. So there should be 34 thumbs up.
I love you.
That makes sense, right? Anyway, we've enjoyed
Your Auntie Annie says she loves you.
These Friday night live chats have been really fun. Getting to have some social time, interactive time with you guys. So we're glad to have you guys here, and thank you for watching.
Thank you for watching. You know the drill.
You know the drill.
We'll see you next time on Wholesome Roots.
Thank you for watching.
Thank you for watching. I see 35 thumbs up. Ooh,
you know
wow.
the drill.
All right.
We'll see you next time on Wholesome Roots. Woo!